So, as you may know, I pretty much got a second person on board today, and the thing is, it's a Saturday, so it's kind of unexpected that that's the time I get my second person or one of my first few clients, but here we are. So, this morning I was kind of just a little bit stressed waking up because it's a Saturday, and I'm like, I should really not have anything to do for the weekend, but I do anyway because two people wanted to have their meetings on Saturday, which is fine by me. But I am just coming out of a week of cold calling, and it was quite a difficult week for me. But anyway, getting into the meeting itself, I pretty much prepped for a while, the usual prep work, and I ended up we ended up starting the meeting like 5 minutes late because I set the meeting on. It was about 10 a.m. and at about 2 a.m. then I was just waiting, thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be another no show. Then he texts me and he says, just another 2 minutes now. I need to get something ready, and then in brackets, forgot my diary, exclamation mark. And that kind of just, like, it doesn't give me any relief or anything. It just doesn't really make me feel anything because I don't really feel anything. But anyway, I wait for him to come on, and like three accounts of his are coming on. So there's like three of this guy's name, and there's one of me. So it's as though there's four people in this call, but it's only two people. Anyway, his audio was coming out of one of the people, and his video is coming out of the other person, and then there's one of the people left over that just isn't doing anything, and then we don't hear each other at all. So then he leaves the call, he rejoins the call, and he doesn't have his video on. Again, three people, and I have my video on because I put mine on in response to his on. So it's just me having my video on and him not having his video on. So we got the call started anyway, and this guy he's like the perfect prospect for me. He's like the prospect you would always dream of. Like in your wildest dreams, you would just have a dream of this prospect. Like he was just saying, yeah, I just really want to get higher sales. I'm willing to put in whatever work there needs to be with the staff, and whatever you show to me. The reason I showed up is because of this offer that you have. I just thought it was really good compared to everyone else, and I think that you seem like an expert, and you're going to be able to deliver this for me. So basically, we're starting off the call immediately. When I'm asking him questions with him, it's almost as though he's on board already with working with me, and it's just pretty amazing. But I make sure not to screw it up anyway, and I keep going through the questions, and I learn a good bit about his business through these questions as well, and how we could possibly work it out. So I keep going anyway, and I finished asking the questions. Finally, it takes about probably 30 minutes just to ask all the questions, and then I start running into my services. And when I'm running into these services, every time I finish a sentence, he just says yeah or affirm it. So I'm like, so yeah, the learning stage requires us to send you over a form, and we're just going to be running you through some questions. It's going to ask you about the service you want to advertise. He's like yeah, and then the clients you want to advertise with, and he's like yeah, and all of the different kinds of offers that you want to make, and he's like yeah again. So he's just continuously affirming what I'm saying, and I go through my model anyway, my framework, which is complete top secret, by the way, Area 51 stuff. And he, by the end of it, me just getting through this framework part, he just says, okay, yeah, you seem to have everything very well in order here. So first of all, you get data from me about what I want to advertise, and then you run it by me, and then you run and see how the metrics are going out, and you make any necessary adjustments. Yeah, that's paraphrasing when I said that, but it was kind of like that. So we just pretty much showed that he was listening to me. He affirmed everything I said, and it just went super well. It just went extremely well. And then I went on to the standard operating procedure, and that made sense to him as well. It just completed utter sense, and I brought him through the framework, well, not framework, but the process drawings as well, and he seemed to get that also. So I clearly made the presentation pretty understandable to him, and I showed him the guide as well and all of the different things. And when I showed him the location, he started telling me that yeah, I agree with the location thing, because there's actually like half an hour drive radius of where I work, and we're working a lot of the way, and it takes us a long time in these days. So like I'm close to Dublin, and therefore I'm able to I should be able to get work close to me, not just an hour and a half away. So that would be really useful for us. Again, just affirming that the service I had would be so useful for him. It's like he was selling himself the whole time. Even when we came to the questions phase, he didn't have a single objection for me. He just said, yeah, so there'll be 2,000 in ad spend, yeah. And then he thought about that. He didn't say anything for 5 seconds. Yeah, you've got to spend money to make money. I was just thinking, gosh, this guy is just, he really gets it. Like he really understands. Very ambitious. He's like the dream beginner client, the ultimate client. It was very incredible. See, and I'm very fortunate to have gotten him, because it puts me in more of a safe zone now, because I was okay when I had one client because we're one person on board, because it kind of meant I may have been safe and I may have gotten someone on. Now that I have two people, it gives me more security, and it's just it lessens the chances that I'm going to fail altogether, because I'm going to have more experience and perhaps more money by the end of the month as well. So in like my mindset manifesto that I made for the course I'm currently attending, or the program Growth Solutions, I said that I would be terrified if I got to 40, 50, 60 and realised I could be like that rocket that never reached escape velocity. It just fell straight back down to the earth, and if you fall back down to the earth you can't get up, and that terrified me. It was just, oh gosh, I just can't. And then if I was in heaven, for example, and I was just thinking for eternity that, like, when I was alive I could never face these demons, I could never face the pain, I could just never be as good as those people that did face the pain. Like my pain, I didn't want to face the monster. Even if my future children realised their father didn't face the monster, that terrifies me to my core every single day. That absolutely terrifies me. It terrifies me far more than any amount of pain could terrify me. I'm going to check if the email, if any of the forms I gave out to the clients came back. So go over to my email here. Now I don't mean to be distracted from this video, but it's kind of an important thing as well, because I'm sort of waiting for their feedback to actually get started and get the coach to teach me how to do it, because I really want to learn how to do this service. The longer I spend without learning how to do it, and then I'm just convincing people that I'm this kind of expert and that I know everything to do with Google Ads. Look at me, I wrote a 3,000 word guide 3 months ago, so I must be incredible at Google Ads. I'm an expert on this topic, and I'm not trying to lie to them or anything, because I technically am, but I haven't done it in practice. It's all theoretical knowledge, and if I were to tell anyone that would be a disaster, because they wouldn't want to work with me. They want to work with someone who's established and who knows what they're doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, then what's the point of wasting $2,000 on my expertise? And I don't feel like I'm fooling them, because I know that person is going to teach me, and they're going to teach me well. No responses yet. Hopefully there'll be a response by tomorrow evening. Anyway, I'll can it with the laptop. So it was a pretty great situation altogether, and I realised right when the call was finished I have another meeting in about 20 minutes, for flip's sake. I have real respect for the people who do multiple sales calls in a row, because I was barely handling even two, the prospect of doing two there. And this is probably because I just spent all week working my ass off and getting destroyed on the phone, booking no meetings. So okay, fair enough, my pain tolerance was already pretty tested by that point, but still though, I still can't imagine it's easy. It might not be too hard for me to do on a Monday morning, but if I get 4 or 5 of them in a row, then even Monday morning me is getting ticked out. So after that, my sister made me French toast and gave me this chocolate bar. I'm not sponsoring anyone, by the way, but this chocolate bar, and I haven't eaten it yet because I had French toast, which means I've already had enough sugar for today, but I'll eat it tomorrow. Actually, I'll see how much sugar is in this, because I do like chocolate a lot. Like, I really do like chocolate. I bet that's going to be the freaking thumbnail for the video now, because they always choose me in the stupidest position, either holding a freaking candy bar or going like, or something like that. That's going to be the thumbnail now. I just know it. I got tricked into that being the thumbnail. So yeah, I had French toast, and then I was kind of just a potato for the whole day, because someone asked me to make another website for them. They still think I'm doing web development or web design as a service, but I'm not really. But I decided to make one anyway for them because I kind of like them, just the person in general. I think he's pretty decent, so I did anyway, and I didn't really have much else to do. The person who was supposed to be my second call didn't show up, so I called him and there was no response. But then he texted me later and he said he got out on a service call and he wasn't able to answer the phone then, so that was alright. But in the last few hours I've just been thinking. I haven't really been working at all, because to be frank, this is a 3-day weekend. There's a bank holiday Monday. I won't be calling on Monday. I won't be doing anything really for these days. So there's no point in gathering leads, because I already have more than enough leads to do me for a couple of days, and I should be more than able to procure enough on a singular evening. So I think it's better for me to be focusing on my mindset for now and just thinking and sort of recovering the pain receptors in my brain so that they come back stronger and they're able to endure more of it. So I've been thinking about what's it gonna be like when I get back to college. If I'm making money by then, I really hope I do. I think I will, to be honest. The life I'm gonna live is just gonna give me hope, man. Just knowing that during the summer I was a man enough to go through with that pain so that I could be nice and comfortable in my college weeks and months. It goes especially hard with Christmas, when I'm thinking of how I'm going to just be comfortable at home. I'm going to be putting up my tree together. Heck, I'll put up 2 trees together and I will know that I can sustain myself financially. It'll be better than any Christmas gift that could ever be given to me, just knowing that I did it for myself. It was kind of the resolution I made last Christmas, to get to 10 grand a month by the end of this year. Now, back then I didn't know that it was unwise to set a time limit on your goals, but nevertheless I'm going to put as many causes as I can to the possible effects that will get me as rich as I can be and have high as an income as possible. If I can get 2 grand a month off these clients and I can continue getting more clients, let's say. Now, I was being pretty optimistic earlier on, so it might not work out this way, but heck, let's do it for the fun. I imagined getting 2 clients a week, because I basically did outreach for this week and a bit of last week. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I did outreach. To be fair though, most of them were no-shows, so I think I could count 2 per week. So let's say I get 2 again next week and then 2 again the week after and so on. By the time I get back to college, I will have about 10 clients, which would be amazing. Now, it may not work out this way, but that will get me to my 10k a month. And when I get to college, I'm going to do automations with Facebook using that Pepper automation software, and I'm going to keep going on trying to get some more clients, and hopefully I get like a client a week out of that, or maybe 2 clients even. I'm willing to sacrifice the occasional lecture to do a sales call, but yeah, as long as I'm doing that, then that will be perfect. that's all I have to say now. Appreciate you watching this. Again, feel free to have a chat with me. No point, no problem. Anyway, good luck and try this out for yourself if you want, if you dare.